Welcome to lesson number 8. And in lesson number 8, we're going to learn the L key and the Y key. Now, in a lot of textbook, learning to type lessons that I've seen, the next key that you would do would be actually you would do L, but instead of doing Y, you would do colon or semicolon. The reason we're not doing that is because there's not a lot of words we can actually learn to type with on just this row. We need to start using words in other rows. So I'm going to show you letters first, and then we'll do things like colon and semicolon later. So L and Y are the two letters we're going to learn. So L, let's make a space. And at this point, you should know that, you just move your right pinky finger over to the enter or return key, which is always going to be in general, there are some weird keyboards out there, but in general, it'll just be the furthest key to your right. So just tap that twice to make a new line. So the L key will be your right ring finger. All right, so let's type L about 8 times. Space. Now let's do a capital L, which involves holding down the shift key with your left pinky finger and just typing L with your right ring finger. Let's do 8 more. Now you might ask, why am I not just pressing caps lock? I could, and it would work no problem. But since we use shift a lot more, we use shift about 90% of the time and caps lock about 10% of the time. So I'd like to get you used to shift. So let's do another space. Let's do lowercase. Let's do uppercase, lowercase L. So uppercase, lowercase, space, which I'm using my right thumb for, but you can use your left thumb if it feels better. Uppercase, lowercase, space. And let's do that 6 more times. I think that's about 6 times. And that's it for L. Now that we've got you kind of worked on that, let's press return or enter twice. And the reason why I say return or enter is some people, their keyboards, it'll say return, some others it'll say enter, but generally those are the only 2 words ever used. Now let's get into Y. Why? Because we can. Okay. Yeah, cheesy joke. I'm on a lot of caffeine today. So Y, what you want to do is you want to move your right index finger over to Y. And you'll notice that if I wanted to do the exact same motion with my left index finger, it would be T. So that's just a preview for future stuff. So all you got to do is move your right index finger up and to the left, and then you'll hit Y, okay? So I want you to take a look and just look at your keyboard and watch the motion that it takes. And you always know when you've returned to J because there's the groove there, okay? So now I want you to practice this without looking at the keyboard. But every time you press Y, I want you to return to J afterwards. So it trains your muscles where Y is. So you can watch me first. I'll do this 6 times and you can see how my fingers move and what comes up on screen. There you go. Now, yes, I could just actually tap Y like this, but that's not training my finger to know where the Y is, okay? So let's do the back and forth so you can keep learning how to return to your, primary key, which is J for the right index finger, without looking at the keyboard, okay? And you might mess up. It's okay to mess up. Messing up is great. I'd rather you mess up than you look at your keyboard. All right, here we go. So make sure your fingers are in the right positions. Move your index finger to the upper left-hand part and tap the first key. And it should be Y. If it's not Y, well, you can look at your keyboard now and see where your finger is going, okay? But then look away from it and let's type Y again. And let's just keep tapping Y, but keep returning your index finger to J so you can get used to the motion. Oh, and I typed J, I'm going to use my right pinky finger to click delete or backspace. And keep typing Y. All right, now press the return key and let's try capital Y. So hold down Shift, just like for L, type Y. And you can see like my fingers aren't even touching anything else, but I know that if I put my index finger on the groove, I'm on J and my fingers will follow. All right, release the Shift key, press return or enter twice, and let's do capital Y, lowercase y. So capital Y, lowercase y, space. So the fingers we're using again are the left pinky finger to hold down Shift, which should be in the bottom left for your pinky finger. Then you type Y by moving your right index finger up and to the left. Then you let go of Shift, type Y again, then space with your left or right thumb. Let's do this 6 or let's do this 8 times. This takes a little bit of getting used to. And if you're finding it very difficult, then pause the video, take a look at the screen, and just practice it a few more times. See, even I mess up. There we go. Now let's review the letters we've done and let's add L and Y so we can actually create some words here. So I'm going to press return or enter twice. And let's start with the word sadly. So it's S-A-D-L-Y. So the fingers we would be using would be left ring finger for the S, left pinky finger for the A, and then left middle finger for the D, then right ring finger for the L, and then right index finger for the Y. So that seems like a lot, but you got this. I believe in you. So here we go. So S, A, D, L, Y, space. Chances are you may have cheated a little bit. It's common nature to cheat. Human nature? I don't know. In any case, now don't look at your keyboard. All right? S, A, D, L, Y. I'm going to over-exaggerate my fingers so you can clearly see which fingers are doing what. It's hard to over-exaggerate a ring finger though, but S, oh, need to give myself space. S, A, D, L, Y, space. Let's do this 3 more times, and I'm going to speed up, but again, you can pause the video and just practice, practice, practice. There we go. So let's do another word. I'm going to do 2 spaces there. And let's do daddy. So D-A-D-D-Y. Here we go. So left middle finger, left pinky finger, left middle finger twice, and then right index finger moving up into the left. Okay? So here we go. And I will exaggerate my fingers and go slowly for the first few. So middle finger, pinky finger, middle finger twice, then right index finger, Y. Now I'm going to go at not my normal speed, 60% my normal speed. Okay, so let's go askly, which is not a real word, but let's do it for the sake of our fingers. Here we go. A-S-K-L-Y. space. A-S-K-L-Y space. A-S-K-L-Y. And now I'm going to go close to my fastest speed. And that's it. So go over everything you see on the screen here, practice it. If you practice 2 minutes, 3 or 4 times throughout the day, you'll be shocked at how much you'll remember this and it'll come to you. So thank you very much. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your likes and subscribes gives me money from YouTube, and that's why I can offer this course for free. So thank you very much and enjoy.